Hi everyone, it's Debbie Chen here with Only Essentials for You. And today we're talking about how to keep your vision or goals or dreams within vision. And so I just wanted to talk about how to create a vision board. Okay, I know, like most people would say, ugh, I don't have time for that. Ugh, that's a bunch of fluff. That's a bunch of woohoo, a bunch of hooey. Well, you know what? The interesting thing is, I created one a while back and I tucked it behind um, a cabinet and, just the pictures fell off, etc., etc. Well, hey, Terry, good to see you. Well, guess what happened? Those dreams and goals and visions that I have for my life in all the areas of my life, they really haven't happened yet. Why? Because I haven't kept it in the forefront of my mind. And that actually brought me back to the time when I used to be in advertising and I would work on a team. I was the writer and I would work with the designer and we would come up with the ads, whether it was a TV commercial, radio commercial, whatnot. And so what we would do, I'm going to grab a sample right here, is this is as simple as it gets. We would just put, let me see if I can turn the camera around. Let's see. Okay, you're seeing me. I would just put literally a strategy statement on the wall, as you can see the strategy. And this was all about what was the point? Why were we writing that particular ad? Who were we writing it for? Why? What were the benefits? And it seems kind of simplistic, but that's how, and we would literally just slap it up on the wall in our offices so that anytime we started going off on rabbit trails, hey Mary, good to see you. Speaking of rabbit trails, anytime we would go off and we'd start thinking about something else, we would come right back and we would see that strategy statement slapped up again on the wall, like, oh, that's right. We're talking about, hey, Ning, good to see you. We were talking about, in this case, I worked on a car account. Oh, we're talking about this car. Our audience is women, so I'm not going to talk about, masculine things. And it really helped keep my vision within my vision, literally. So just that's the real principle. And I wanted to show you. I'm going to turn the camera around here so you can see the vision board that I just updated this week because I was being really inspired and hopefully it'll inspire you too. Does anybody need inspiration? Still have some questions? Go ahead and comment below too. I'll try to address any questions. I'm just going to show you a sample of a vision board, and there's so many ways to do it. And I'm going to turn the camera around so you don't, let's see. There we go. Okay. So this is on the entrance into my office. Yeah, I kind of have some fun decorations. Oop, the flower fell down. Anyway, so there are bunches of things on there. So you can see there's a lot of pictures there. If you want to travel into the around the world for different reasons, but I even have that. There's a picture right there of 5Ks I want to be doing. I have some inspirational words, some different goals that I have within my business. I want to reach different levels. Again, I have reminders, who did I nourish today? And again, some places to travel to. Oops, this one you can't see too well. Let me see if I can put that out right there. I don't know about you, but that kind of picture really excites me. Now, I'm going to see if I can turn this around. That's not this, hey Susan, good to see you. That's not necessarily exciting for everybody, but that happens to be one of my goals. I love speaking in front of the public. I really enjoy that. And I feel like I have a lot of value and good nuggets to share with people that hopefully will make inspire them and make their life better. So seeing that kind of microphone, that gets me super excited. So basically the quick way of starting your vision board, whatever it might be, is have a strategy statement. Basically, number one, have my notes here so I keep on track. One is really setting intentions. So just like you saw on my board up there, what do I want? What do I need? What is of value to me? And how do I feel when those things are or do become my reality? And that could be even something like how to emotionally, hey, yeah, hey, Mary, how to emotionally heal. And a side benefit of that is weight loss. That's one of my journeys that I know I'll be sharing more about because that's pretty darn powerful. So what kind of pictures would you have on there to achieve that goal and to remind you of it? Two are your supplies. So I'm going to flip this around again because I had alluded to this yesterday. And so as you can see, I have this magnetic board right here, and I actually interspersed two magnetic boards. Here we go. Two magnetic boards with two cork boards so that I have that flexibility. I can change pictures, and we'll talk about that in a minute, because you don't necessarily want it totally permanent, because guess what? You start to go through changes, and as you're achieving things and changing up things, you want to be able to do that quickly, because that's honestly something that I got stuck with. I thought in past vision boards I would like glue it down, and I felt like it was kind of like a stuck thing. This is not a static um, uh, thing. It's ever changing. And one of the things that I'm actually putting right next to the board, you just can't see it, so I'm going to kind of hold it up, is remember this walking stick that appeared in the video yesterday? And you'll probably think like, what the heck is she talking about? Okay, so this walking stick is awesome. It's like a major walking stick. And I got this in Utah, where there's so many beautiful places to hike around. I'm going to move this before it falls down and clunks somebody. And I'm going to turn this around. That reminds me of some of my dreams and goals, is to have the ability to have the energy and to enjoy the absolute beauty of going to back to the Bryce Canyons and Zion Canyons and those kind of places. I just love, anybody else love hiking and walking out in a beautiful nature? So being able to do that is a huge goal of mine. And that's why on my board too, you saw the person walking. One of my goals, and maybe this will inspire you, is that those doing 5Ks for charities. So if I'm able to really, be healthy and do the things I need to do the 5Ks, I want to do them for charities, because that's something that's really important to me. So, and I can actually, and there's some great ways that's one of the great ways to be involved with different charities, and it's mutually beneficial, of course. So grabbing my notes again. So now you've set your intentions. What do you want? What do you need? How are you going to feel? You get your supplies, magazines. These pictures I just printed out. Let's see. It was just, I Googled them and then I just printed them out. Excuse me. And then you can have magazines and so forth. And then find those images and words that conjure up the right feelings. Like some people will look at that picture of the microphone and go, yeah, no. So obviously you don't want any negative feelings associated with it. Just like with the pictures, when I look at some of the pictures I have here of the different places in the world I want to travel to and or grow my business in. Oh, hey, Heidi, good to see you. That those get me super excited. Now, you might have another picture, let's say, so I have pictures from the UK. You might want a picture of the castle because you really prefer the castle rather than hiking on the crags and rocks and so forth. Yeah, absolutely. You find the images and words that really stir you. And then number 4, this is my own wording, but make your vision board within your vision. Super important. So every time I walk down here into my studio area, I have it right here on my wall. So when I sit at my desk, I can look, right up here at my wall, and I see it. And actually, I'm going to be putting it in more places around the house, so it's not just one place, so that it's always in the forefront of my mind and vision. And then number 5, what you want to be thinking about, what do you want to put into action now? And actually do a vision statement. I didn't put it up here because I'm actually tweaking it. Remember how we talked about things changing? It's always evolving and changing as you're maturing and changing and changing up your goals for your life. So I'm actually tweaking mine. And so, hey, Eddie. So I'm going to be changing that up a little bit, and maybe I could show that too. Hey, Eddie. So then number 6 is really important. And I guess, too, if you guys have more questions about this, please comment below. And if there's certain things that you'd like to that we can talk about more so in more detail about doing your vision board, because there's so many good rich nuggets to share about it. But one of the other things too is, again, realizing it's going to be evolving and changing as you change. And one of the big things is you want to use a vision board to help you break through blocks and go against the resistance. So if you're okay, and I'm guilty of this, and anyone else had this feeling like, oh, sure, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see myself, at 300 pounds standing on top of this mountain or whatever, that garbage, those lies, those thoughts that are in our head, got to break through that. And I know that's probably a whole other topic for another day, but that's really important. So that when like, for example, so when I see that picture, I feel triumphant. I know I can do that. But you might not be there yet. And now you need to find that image that says, you know what? I think I can. I know I can. And so that's super important. And then lastly, oh yeah, like we kind of talked about, you're going to want to adjust your board as needed. And in fact, I was just thinking about a friend of mine who's who's a former Olympic athlete. And so what was she training for all of her life? Bronze? No, I mean, what do the athletes train for? What is the vision or the goal that they're always shooting for? Gold, right? So, but they always say that for athletes that they need to, yes, obviously the most immediate goal is the gold, but they need to set a goal beyond that as well. So they can say, let's say, in the next Olympics, I'm going to go for gold. And regardless of whether I get that or not, hey, Rachel, good to see you. Whether I get that or not, my goal following that is, like in my friend's case, I'm going to school and become a chiropractor. So it's always, what's the next goal? What's the next goal? What's the next goal? So that keeping in mind that the board is going to be changing, you're going to be, oh, where'd my walking stick go? Here it is. That you might, add some other reminders to it. And there are other ways to do vision boards. I just find this kind of the quickest, easiest, and usually we have more of these supplies on hand to begin with. So anyway, hope that was helpful. Hope it was of value. Hopefully it inspired you a little bit. If not, just to start thinking like, I really need to keep my goals in the forefront of my mind so that I'm always striving for that. And again, it can be emotional, physical, spiritual. It can be any and all of those aspects. But again, we need to keep it in the forefront of our mind, because what happens if we don't? Hey, Marcia, we forget and we don't do them. And then we can make excuses, and then we can listen to lies, and then we can let that garbage hold us back from really what we are meant to do and who we're meant to be. So anyway, love you all. Thanks so much for watching. Again, comment below if you want more information. I found some good links about how to create a very intentional vision board. And let me know if this was of value. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.